All right. Looks like we're live. Puro Chicano U-turn. Well, looks like we're walking home right now. Sorry, I got you guys right here right now at this time like this because I'm walking and it's pretty dark out here. Walking with the boys. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can give you guys an idea. Let me go ahead and get out the camera real quick. Yeah, that's how it looks right here. Walking home in the hood, in the barrio, or wherever you want to call it. Look at the big old rig right here. Who's gonna come around here? And you guys got yourself an idea how it goes, or what it's like out here when it gets really dark over here. And then for some reason we don't got no street lights over here. Right here we're in the, you know how it is. But yeah, we're walking home. I got the two boys. Come on, hurry up, dude. So I guess you can call this the pregame show. Um, yeah, so I like to give out a shout out to everybody else that follow us, man. Thank you guys, man. Without you guys, I know it's a small following. We haven't gotten, you know, a big, huge following like some other people do have, but we're working on it. So yeah, um, oh yeah, we're already getting home over here. Looks like the neighbor was really upset because it looks like the rooster happens to go over there to her porch and he does his deeds there. Since she don't clean her damn porch, he wants us to do it for her because of him. But it is what it is, man. And so dang, talking about that, I forgot to buy the stuff I was supposed to buy. And so yeah. All right, so we're home already. Go ahead and close this door behind me. If I don't show up and go inside, even though the boys go inside, she's gonna be asking for me, grandma, and she's gonna be like, "Where's your daddy at? Where's your daddy?" Like I'm gonna go anywhere else. Where the heck am I gonna go anyways? Well, she's always gonna be complaining about everything. She just loves to, you know. I guess women are like that. They're just very emotional a lot of the times, man, and they just want to get in here and have a good fight. They like it. They like a good argument. She can't argue with grandpa. Grandpa not here no more. But she want to decide and come over here argue with me. So I mean, it is what it is. And hey, Mijo, you need to go take a shower, dude. Look at your pants, dude. You still ask me who me this guy. Okay, so we're here home. Oh dang. Oh, I don't know what happened there. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and go outside because what the heck is this? Did you guys see that? Well, anyways, I'm gonna go outside because obviously and so yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go back in the truck like I did the other day, or rather maybe I should go here to the back because they're just gonna keep coming following me like always. I mean, I don't blame them. They just want to be with me. I know my boys, but yeah, we're supposed to have my buddy, my friend, Diego come over, and he was supposed to come over and stuff because man, I mean, I feel bad for the guy, man. I feel bad for all these guys. I'm inside my lowrider. I need to get it fixed too. Um, yeah, It looks like something happened to them, man. And oh my gosh. So it looks like Diego's little house and everything got knocked out. And I just heard some weird noise in here. Anyways, yeah. So shout out to I'll tell you guys right now the story. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Everybody comes and follows us. Shout out to Slab City News. What's up, Evan? You know, guys in all the community over there. That go ahead and kind of know us a little bit. Like Nikki. What's up, Nikki? How you doing? Thank you for you know, the compliments and stuff like that. I really appreciate that. It goes a long way. You know, loyalty is very important. I know that you had put that, as friends. Um, as loyalty goes a long way, man. It's very important in a relationship. Absolutely. You know, uh, so yeah, I'll tell you guys about the loyalty that I have over here with some of these guys in a bit. Um, so shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to a lot of the people that are over there. Like Willy Wonka. You guys got Rodders. You have Lynn. You have Lori Walsh. You guys have um, Sade Productions. Too many to list, man. Obviously, S Jones. You know, Beckers. You know, Honey Holic. How you doing, baby girl? All you guys that are gonna watch us maybe later on or something like that. I know that she goes to work and stuff like that. The time zones is kind of crazy with all you guys. I know that everybody has different time zones. Uh, Stoic, how you doing, Stoic? Miss Stoic, you're another follower that follows us too, as well. Um, Slab City TV, man, Carlos, I haven't heard from you, compita. I don't know what's ever happened to you no more, brother. No sé qué onda, ya no hemos sabido nada de ti. Maybe I'll go ahead and reach out to you over email. I know we would talk regularly and stuff like that. And I know I've changed my phone number several times, so I couldn't even talk to anybody. And I didn't have a phone for like about, I know, several weeks. So I was out like for like maybe like about 2 months or something like that without a phone. And as you guys already know, I've been getting into this, numerology, which it's above astrology. But you guys kind of put those together and you kind of make one, and you kind of guide yourself with that, with the Gemini's and the Pisces and the Ariases of the world, with the numbers, because that's actually it's God's language, believe it or not. If you guys believe it or believe into this stuff or not, I I didn't tend to believe in it, but a lot of stuff has been making sense, And if numbers were that evil and stuff like that, then why would they put it in the Bible? Why would they put numbers in the Bible, or um why would any verses would be put with numbers? If they were that evil, so to speak. They're not. It's just kind of like the language, like the language English, man. It's really with the numbers. Um, I kind of put right there, who I follow on one of my posts earlier, which is the Mr. GG33, Gary, the numbers guy. Go ahead and follow him. He's a very interesting individual, and that guy, you know, he speaks his mind, man, and he don't care. He don't care what other people think. The good thing too about his channel too is you don't get no crazy commercials or anything like that. Regardless, and so he doesn't pay anybody because it's already big, and these other channels, like or these other platforms, like I think he's in Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter, now it's X, uh, the Instagram, and I think he's in Kick, and um, I don't know what's the other names, Twitch or whatever. I don't know what the other platforms are, but that guy's over there too, man. So that guy, he's all around. So shout out to all you guys, man. And shout out to my brother from another mother, man, Johnny Hash Brown. Hey, brother, man, go ahead and reach out to me, man. You know, I know that you posted something, man. You've been going through some, been going through some things, I don't know whether you watch it, get to watch this live stream, brother, man. Just go ahead and reach out to us, man. Like cuando puedas, send me an email and I'll go ahead and give you my personal phone number so you go ahead and call me up and we could, para apoyarte, en lo que se pueda, whatever I could, you know. That's what brothers are for. Go ahead and have somebody to talk to, you know. I know we spoke a lot before in the past and you know, we had sort of a good, conversation stuff like that, which was kind of cool. But yeah, man, shout out to everybody, man. Everybody that's been loyal to us, man. Everybody that watches us, stuff like that, man. It's kind of cool. I really appreciate it, man. You know. So, anyways, well, yesterday I tried to do the podcast. However, I had a bunch of people around me, as you guys were probably able to see. Um, I try to, I didn't post the other post like what you call it, some of the videos that I made, but I had this mask on my face, and I guess everybody needed to have it too. And so we were out there, and people are kind of picky, man. And then what you say, even though we're like, in this place or whatever, but then again, there was a bunch of kids, and even though I don't cuss that much or anything like that, there's only certain things you can say, you can't be, kind of sharing what you got in your mind, especially when you got these kids around and these mothers, man, delicate mothers, It was kind of, well, not too shocking, but there was a lot of single women out there, man, like uh with their children, no father in sight. I would have to say maybe about 5% did have their pops. You know, I was probably, one of the rare exceptions, like maybe like under the 1%, you know, or fraction of a percent or something like that, because I was, I think I was the only one that was a father with two kids, because I didn't see anybody else as far as I'm concerned. Everybody else that I saw, everybody, was either a woman with like three, four children, or you'll see these young women with pushing a stroller, another one little kid carrying another little kid, and then another one following her, and while she's pushing the stroller, and another little kid right there following the other one, and so forth. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, man. Or you'll see some of these women that had like daughters or sons that were a lot bigger than the mother. The mother looked like a little tiny thing, and yeah, just like the woman that was like right behind me, because we had to get in line to because obviously right there in the park, what they did, and it was not even planned or anything like that, man. I know they gave us a flyer to go right there because they told us that they was gonna have like artificial snow, and they was gonna have like a live entertainment, and they were gonna give out food and prizes and raffles and toys. And so as soon as my boys heard toys, obviously, I mean, they're for free. Well, I mean, not really for free, because taxpayers had to, somebody had to pay for it, some kind of donation or whatever it was. But at the end of the day, you have to get in the line and you have to register. And registering, I think that's how they get people to register and to say, hey, look what we had, so they can keep getting them funds every year for that time. So that's what I believe. And so they gave the little kids wristbands so that they can have it. So that way, and they were all colored, so they know which came from which. And they were giving these raffle tickets, to see who wins the bigger prize, which were many, and they were giving out free food, like like not only were they giving like free hot meals, you know, like hamburgers and stuff like that, hot dogs, and you know, you had to get in line with the lonchera or the food cart, whatever you call those, a food cart. I don't know how you say it in English. I forgot. This lonchera, you got this big old truck. The foods are cooking in there, and they had about, I think they had about two of them, and so yeah, by the time we got there, they weren't giving it to us anymore because I think we had gotten there a little too late. That's just because my sons wanted something to drink. Because I think we had already eaten, but it was unplanned. We just went over there like, hey, we're just gonna go to the park over here, and we were gonna go somewhere else actually. We had planned to go somewhere else, but then I remembered, and I was like, well, let's just go check it out, man. I don't know if it's today or next week or something like that, and it happened to be this week. So I'm gonna go ahead and put those. I'm gonna go ahead and put those videos up so you guys can check them out. My, the boys playing right there uh, on the snow, and the slip and sliding up there with the snow, because obviously it don't snow right here in LA. I mean, it does here in Southern California. Like, we got all the crazy weathers out here. We got the desert, we have the beach, the city life, we have the forest, the Angeles National Forest, and then you got the mountains over there where it's Big Bear, where you do actually get snow, stuff like that. So, Mount Baldy. Um, so yeah, and then you have areas like that. So like Santa Monica, it's the beach, Long Beach. You got all those cool areas right here in LA. Um, but yeah, so we were over there, um, and a lot of people were kind of being a little picky too because they don't want to come out me videotaping them. So they were like, kind of looking at you like with an odd face, like, hey, I don't want to get recorded. Like, they were trying to like, and some people will actually tell you something, eh? And then we're over here in the hood. They say, hey, who gave you permission to be? They always want, they always want to get all technical with you and everything, man. And it's always like that because they know how to defend themselves, obviously, from the police out here. Shout out to them, to the LAPD and to the sheriff's department. They were out there too, and they do a great job in trying to, you know, try to keep things cool. Which everything was cool, man. There was no ruckus, there was no fighting, no pushing, no shoving. Because usually that's what happens, especially when you're trying to give something out. Looks like my boys got a couple Nerf guns or something like that. Of all things, they give you some guns over here, eh? So they give my two boys these Nerf things that throw like arrows or whatever it is, like these shooting guns or whatever. That's what they got as toys, and that was it. I mean, they were actually giving out like like canned foods and uh fruit and vegetables. I got me like about 3 bags of some salad. Um, my backpack was kind of packed already as it was with some other stuff that I had already that I was carrying because I had gone to the market earlier. Um, because like I said, it wasn't planned. We were headed somewhere else, but we actually passed through there and we just happened to stay. And the boys were like, "Oh, snow!" And so we just stood there. And so yeah, it was pretty cool, man. A lot of people wanted to, we were talking with several people, man. Several people were opening up to me and were telling me their stories and stuff like that. But they didn't want to get recorded, and maybe I should have probably gotten some of these people to come in, as everybody else and anybody else is actually you guys are invited to come in um, anytime you guys uh, anytime you guys want. Um, so yeah, man. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. What the heck's going on? I'm trying to actually put the post out here. Yeah, that's So that's the live stream right there. Anybody wants to come in, man, go ahead and give us a little chat, speak your mind or whatever. Ain't nobody in here, man. Looks like it's just me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. Yeah, man. Yeah, I've been wanting to talk to. Been wanting to have my partner, man, Johnny, in here. It looks like Johnny's been, he's been in another, he's been in other situations, where, I can't call it, man. That's his deal. He's uh, he's obviously not in a good spot right now, and I don't know what to tell you guys. I haven't really communicated with him anymore, and he turned off his comments, maybe for a reason, from when he did this his last post, and he kind of shared with us, shared with everyone what he was going through, which is sort of a shame, but we always go through a situation like that, and like this whole year too, man, like we're speaking about the numerology thing. Excuse me. Excuse me. I didn't believe in it, man, and a lot of people are, you know, believe in God and stuff like that, and they will say that it's against God, and it's you shouldn't be worshiping anything like that, and it's not like we're anyone's worshiping and that stuff, it's just like that you believe in these kind of things because a lot of things do make sense. They correlate with each other, and it does make sense that the numbers thing, it is God's language, because it tells you, it reveals to you what you need to know. Unlike the Bible, it kind of, you have to decipher it, and you have to it's like a puzzle. You have to solve it to try to get your answers. A lot of the times, like hidden messages and stuff like that, and the numbers actually give you the actual the answers, that you need or that you were looking for, and a lot of stuff, like this guy was talking about, um, man, it just it's like, like also, like they were talking about like the Shaq and Kobe, from the LA Lakers, the influence didn't get along, they really didn't like each other, but they were like a dynamic duo, they were really cool um when they were playing together, you know. But Shaq wanted to do his thing, and Kobe wanted to do, he was a hot dogger, so he wanted to do things his own way when he was coming up, and they kind of didn't like each other, so that's why Shaq ended up taking off at the end of the day, because it looks like Kobe was a horse in numerology, from the year that he was born, and Shaq was kind of like a enemy sign. I don't recall right now which one it was, but they were different. They were completely different from each other, and so they didn't get along. And so yeah, man, and like, for example, like this year, I'm a rooster. I think I spoke about this already. I'm a rooster, and from the year, because I was born in '81, you know, and this is the year of the cat, and it happens to be that's my enemy year, where the cat thrives on this year, and I don't get along with the cat, of all things, of all of them, and I think the rooster simply doesn't get along with a lot of you know a lot of them years. The only ones he gets along with really well is with the ox, what the which one is it? The other one, the ox. I know one of them is the snake. The snake of all things, get along really well on the snake, and geez, the other one's flying over my head right now. Sorry about that, guys. And so next year is gonna be today. Right now we're still in the not until next year. We're gonna be in the year of the dragon, which is yeah, a lot of people that are born in the year of the dragon are gonna have really good. Uh, they're gonna have a really good year. You know, I'm not saying everyone applies to every single person, but it's a percentage. That everybody gets all this stuff, eh? When they're in that year that they were born, and so it looks like my things are gonna look up for me next year because it's not my enemy year anymore, and things are gonna be looking up. And with one of my best friends, which is gonna be the snake, it's gonna be on the 25th, the year of you know 2020 2025. Um, yeah, so it looks like it's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be a pretty good year that year too. So you know, God willing, of course, by then I think we're gonna hit the this year is coming up. We're gonna make a lot of we're gonna make that bag. But I think on the 25th, the year on the 25th is where we're gonna finally uh, kind of be where we want to be, because God has already. I feel like God has already told me that that year is where I'm gonna actually make it. As far as financially, we're gonna be in a very good place, man. We're actually we might not be the wealthy at that time, but we're gonna be you know we're gonna have a good bag, and God willing, that's gonna be the beginning of this. It's gonna be the start of uh of the beginning of something bigger, because we're like I said, we've been studying a lot of things, man, and I shared with you guys several things, that we're talking about these mining companies that right now it's a good idea to go ahead and invest with these guys. Um, right now, a lot of people are talking about, well, not a lot of people, but the people within the traders and stuff like that, the people that know about money, like I urge you guys to follow Robert Kiyosaki, which is Rich Dad Poor Dad. He made a book called like that, Rich Dad Poor Dad. You maybe might have heard of him. Uh, he's a Japanese American individual, and very intelligent, very smart individual. Um, yeah, so I've been following the guy, and I'm subscribed to his channel, and just go ahead and listen to what he got to say. He talked about, for example, on cryptocurrency, he's talking about Solana was gonna, it's gonna be making a lot of money, when it was like about $9 or $10. Well, right now it hit a peak around somewhere around $60 or something like that. Right now I don't know where it's at, but I was like, man, I should have gotten in when I should have gotten in, man. But it was like around this year, earlier this year, when he kind of said that. I was kicking myself ever since because of that. I should have made myself a 6x or something like that, which means I would have six times uh, 6 times over make that kind of money. So I would have put $100. I would have made $600 out of it. But at that time I could have probably maybe put like a couple grand, and which I had at the time. I had more than that, and right now I'm just flat broke, man. I've been struggling, man. I don't even got that in my pocket right now. I don't got anything like that close to that. I just been living I've been living with crumbs and scraps, basically. That's why I've been trying to sell some things over here on Craigslist and things on OfferUp, which I managed to sell our the generator that we had over here, and I've been wanting to sell this other stuff too that I got, and yeah, it's a shame, man. It's like this whole year, like I said, from getting jacked, getting the van jacked that was my pops, you know, getting jacked too from multiple times with different things, by hanging around with these fools, getting my like my pistols taken, getting jacked, some of my gold chains and my rings too. They got jacked. They took advantage, man. Been taking advantage of me while I've either passed out or had a seizure. And see, that's the thing, man. And I'm the person to blame, man. And I ain't got nobody else to blame but myself, eh? But I was having, I guess, too much fun, and well, I guess I already told you guys about that, man. But that's how you know the loyalty. Now that's where we're coming in with the loyalty. The relationships with the loyalty, eh? You know, you know who's loyal to you, man, and who's not. Right there, that's when you actually know who's your friend and who's not. Who's there to, you know, who's there with a heart and who's not. And I think I spoke about that too. About you know, shout out to Pablo. Pablo. They said that he was gonna call me up, and Sugar was the one that actually brought me back the fanny pack. Like the fanny pack. I don't know, I didn't really call it a fanny pack, but I guess that's the way they call it. I'm just saying it, to identify it. The people that don't know what it is, but I guess that's the way they call it. I don't know, but I just go ahead and it's like a little bag. For me, it's like just a little pocket, man. It's just like something you just put around your waist because there's been a lot of times too that I lost my wallet, and I don't even have a wallet, so to speak, because I've lost my wallet, and this thing is easier to just carry around and just to have it around your waist, and you know that you have it there at all times, and you're not gonna lose it easily, like a wallet, because with a wallet you just realize that you don't have it with you anymore when you actually lost it, either by sitting down somewhere or while you were running or something, maybe like to go catch the train or the bus or something like that, and it just falls out of your pocket or something like that, something close to that. And so that's a problem right there, eh? That things like that do happen, man, and yeah, it's kind of crazy, man, that when you think about it. And so yeah, that's why the freaking wallet thing, man. I just said, nah, I'm not gonna have the wallet thing happen to me anymore, man. So I just decided to buy that thing, man, and that's what I decided to do. But geez, but yeah, the loyalty, man. That's how you know who's who, man. And some of these other guys too, man. They try to take advantage of you, and I still really haven't really found out who it really was. But I spoke to I happened to find Pablo yesterday, and I told him I've been calling him because I have been calling him, and I'll talk to you guys about Diego right now in a minute. And so yeah, it's the because I had asked him if you seen Pablo, and he said nah, I haven't seen him. So yeah, if you see him, tell him to call me. Well, it looks like Pablo was probably up for a couple nights or something. I don't know what the heck. This fool was probably right there kicking in the railroad tracks. But when I saw him, that fool was on his way to his house with the bike. I said, "Hey, ¿qué onda, Pablo? ¿Qué huele?" And he comes around, crosses the street because he was riding his bike, and I was actually heading to the tracks. I was going down there so I can go get my bike because turns out este Emiliano, just another cat that lives right there in the tracks, the railroad tracks, um, was the guy that had my bike, the guy that originally loaned him my bike. But I guess he never saw me again or something like that. So, but I did find that fool right there in the metro station, eh? For it was just out of just pure uh, coincidence. And I told him, hey, dude, this is my bike, right? And that was said it could be, and because I had like a hood on and I had like some sunglasses on and I had like I had this thing to cover my mouth, what the doctors put when they go ahead and operate. I forgot what they call this thing, the mask, whatever. And I told him, don't, fool, you don't remember me, you don't know who I am. And then obviously you saw me with two boys, my two boys, and He had no idea who I was. And I told him, nah, fool, it's Chicano, man. And he said, Chicano? I was like, yeah, fool, look. And I took out my hood and I took out my mask. And I told him, yeah, fool, and took my glasses off. I'm like, yeah, fool, soy Chicano, güey. No te acuerdas de mí o qué, güey? You don't remember me or what, fool? And like, oh, qué huele, what's up, man? I was like, yeah, I still got your bike. Look, man, you want your bike right now? And I was like, no, no, fool, just go ahead and use it, man, because right now I'm on my way over here with the kids, and obviously it's just gonna be bulky for me right now. And then it's kind of like rush hour at that time too, where you had the whole train was always like super packed, with a gang of people sticking out of the windows and everything, eh? So it wasn't a good idea to take the bike and then having to pack it in right there. We were barely able to fit in there. So it wasn't a good idea. So I went over there to go pick it up, to go see if I can go get it. And yeah, sure enough, you know, he had it right there. I ran into Omar too. Shout out to Omar and this lady. And I saw Rambo. Rambo was over there, but as I was going over there, yeah, I had ran into those guys. But yeah, Pablo, man, Pablo's a guy that's a really loyal individual, man. He was the one that actually got my bag and gave it to Sugar so he can come over here and gave it to me. So she came over here and gave it to me, knocking my window and everything. I think I told you guys that story already. But I'm talking about the loyalty, man. The loyalty that this guy has. He told me, yeah, man, it's because, for me, it was not, if I was somebody else, I could have just jacked you, man. I could have just taken your money and everything, your credit cards and everything. But I'm not like that, man. That's just that's low class, and I wouldn't be able to live myself like that, man. Be doing stuff like that. Obviously with somebody else, if it's like $10 or whatever, maybe, for someone, but nah, man. Like for this man, it's morally, uh, it's incorrect. And I'm not gonna lose a friendship for over something that's just gonna get you, you know, something temporarily, for something temporarily, which is, have a little fun with it. It's just gonna last temporarily. You're gonna party with it temporarily, and it's not really it's gonna be counterproductive when you guys can be in good terms instead of being in bad terms and stuff like that, just you know for a couple $100 or whatever. It's not right. So that's why I think had even money in there. It was actually carrying money in there, and so I gave some money to Sugar, for bringing it. She's like, no, 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 no. But I still gave it to her. I still gave her, a couple of $20 or a few $20 that I had in there. I didn't even count it. I just grabbed two or three, or I don't know how many they were, two or three $20 bills, and just gave it to her. I said, yeah, it would have been this or nothing. If you didn't bring anything, I wouldn't have had anything. But since you're bringing it, here you go. And she took it reluctantly, but yeah, but it looks like I don't know who Pablo's ass he still kicked. He still didn't tell me whose ass he whooped. But it looks like he took somebody out. I don't know, but I guess that's just gonna be remaining a mystery for now. So I still don't know, but so I know that it wasn't Rambo or definitely Paisa. Paisa's another guy too, man. He's been sort of a loyal friend too. Like he's been kind of cool, and sometimes we'll talk with all these guys. Some of these guys will tell you, or even try to give you a little bit of advice, or try to tell you slow down and stuff like that. They don't want to see you like that, and yeah. So except some of the other guys, because there's a lot of passerbys that pass through the tracks, and they see you right there, they see an opportunity, they're gonna go ahead and wipe you out. But since these guys are like, these guys are stable right there and they stay there, they're not gonna do such a thing like that. Some of these guys, because they don't want to burn themselves. Maybe they've probably seen somebody doing it or something. They probably won't even say anything, probably. But or they'll probably try to stop the guy. It was Pablo. Pablo was, he was really looking out for me, man. He was telling me, yeah, dude, you was doing this and doing that, dude, and I was not in agreement with what you were doing, dude, and that's why I was telling you slow down, fool, and to stop, stop acting like that, because I was giving some, I had a little bit of money when I, from the generators, I was giving people money, because some of these fools don't even got any money, to buy themselves a bottle of water, because they're out there in the street, and so I was just there trying to give them something to have. But yeah, some of these foods actually burned me, man. So they were supposed to go to the store and never came back. Um, Damn. So yeah, Emiliano had my bike, and he was another guy. But I spoke to him, and yeah, he's another cool cat too, man. Like he's telling me, yeah, fool, pórtese bien. Tienes que portarte bien, which means you better, you know, slow down and act correctly. Portarte bien means in Spanish. In English, it means stop acting crazy and act 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 a little bit better, like stop getting into trouble. Basically, that's what he was trying to tell me. Stay out of trouble. So just stay out of trouble, man, because you've been getting yourself in trouble. Telling me, portate bien in Spanish. He was telling me, Emiliano. So Emiliano's another cool guy, man. I hugged the guy and everything, and I got my bike back. He had my bike, and he hugged me back, and we were, speaking there for a little bit. I had a beer with him, and so we're speaking there for a minute, but he had to take off. So, and then I go over there to the tent. I know, and you know what happened too, man. The city came around and they cleaned the whole entire thing right there in the railroad tracks, man. It looks like the tracks. You know how a lot of these guys, like I said, like Diego, they uh they had these makeshift homes, made out of wood and stuff like that, and they had their tents and stuff like that. Well, it looks like the city came around, man, and cleaned everything out. They made it. They took everything, the possessions, everything they had right there. It looks like they came and they just wiped everything out because there was like a lot of brush and stuff like that, and some of these fools were staying on the brush, like in the tall brush, like plants and stuff like that. So they took everything, the possessions, their clothes, their they had a furniture, because they recycle a lot, and a lot of things that you find out here, are actually pretty good, still pretty good stuff, Another man's trash, another man's treasure. And so they made these fools clean everything out. And Omar now he has a little, yeah, like a little what you call, like a tarp or whatever it was over his head, and he stays with his lady. He has a lady with a little small mattress right there, and he was right there, and I went over there towards where he was and the little possessions that he has, and he was right there with Rambo, and Rambo was right there kicking it. But dang Rambo, these fools, man, and then so I went over there, man, and these guys were arguing, man. The lady and the guy Omar, they were arguing um she talking about talking with the baby's daddy, and he's talking to her. Say, when do I talk to my baby mama in front of you, man? And say, no, it's jealousy, man, and this and that. Like, no, it's not jealousy, man. It has nothing to do with jealousy. It's just that you gotta show respect to me. So I was sort of like a mediator right there in the middle, because they were asking me like, what do you think about this? I was like, well, she's very emotional. She was crying and stuff like that, and she's like, how you gonna tell me not to talk to my baby daddy? She has, he has custody of my kids and stuff like that, and so I have to talk to him and say, yeah, but you're not supposed to be doing it in front of me, because that was his point. You're not supposed to be talking in front of me, with this stuff. They say, yeah, but if I walk over there and I go to, around the corner and talk to him, now you're gonna be saying that, you're gonna be thinking something else. I'm like, no, I don't care, man, but you just simply don't do. That was his principle. That was his point. But she was getting all emotional and talking that, so you don't want me to talk to him, you don't want me to talk to my kids. I'm like, no, I'm not telling you that. So it was like a big mess. And I got, so I got in the middle, like, look, listen, man, all he's telling you, Omar just telling you uh, not to disrespect him, because he doesn't disrespect you like that. When he gets a phone call from his baby mama or his ex lady, his wife, he doesn't go over there and speaks in front of you with her. I go over here, and maybe take a step back and go over here and talk to him where he actually can see me, whatever. But not you. You take off, man, because she actually takes off. She'll take off for like 2 or 3 days, and so it's kind of suspicious to him. What the heck she's doing, and without, and then she's like, nah, but I'm not gonna have you control me. No man's gonna control me, and this and that. And I was like, nah, it's not that I'm trying to control you. And then it was like a back and forth thing, man. So these guys were arguing, man. They were fighting about that. And so I just had to take off, man. I was like, man, you know what? I'll see you guys, man. All Omar's just trying to tell you is that he doesn't want to. He feels disrespected. Doesn't want you to talk to your baby daddy right in front of him because it's just like sort of disrespect. Because he doesn't do it with you. Doesn't talk to his baby mama in front of you. He does it out of respect because they feel a certain way about it. I guess and so yeah, man. So they man, I had to take off, man. I was like, man, okay, man, I'll see you guys. Rambo was right there trying to be a freaking mediator right there. And he started telling me a story too, that the way he had his wife too, man, and that she ended up turning into a monster for giving her any kind of because usually you have to have the alpha, the alpha individual where you have to uh not necessarily call like the entire shots like that, but it's just kind of like he's the man of the house, and I guess they don't have that, they don't have them boundaries, she kind of does what she wants. She's a little bit masculine about it, and so she wants to be equal to him. And usually things shouldn't really be like that because, like in our culture, it's really not like that, But this culture right now, and especially nowadays, the woman she feels more superior than the man, and actually wants to call the shots, So they had that big time argument, man. Well, anyways, man, they cleaned out the whole thing, man. They knocked out his house. They knocked out Emiliano's house too, man. He rebuilt a little bit now. He's starting to rebuild again. But Diego's house, man. Diego's house, he called me, man, and told me, hey, dude, man, I need a big time favor from you, dude. I got a bunch of this stuff, man, and I don't trust anybody, man. I don't trust nobody. And hey, what's up, Stoic? How you doing? Thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate that very much. Looks like there's two people in here. Shout out to the other individual that's over here watching us, man. Appreciate that very much, man. Anyone wants to come in, wants to chit chat or whatever, come in here. The link is right there. You know. So yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, so it looks like Diego's house, man. I don't know some of the people that was listening to us, man, that actually knew about it. I mean, I spoke about it that Diego's house got knocked out, and it's made out of wood, and he had this little house where it's like a little shack or little makeshift home that he made with a living room, and he had his room, and then he had another room that he made upside in the side with a patio. You know, he had like chairs, like a dining set right there. He had the chairs and the table where you could actually sit down and eat right there. And he had a bunch of lights on top of there, and then he had like a fire pit. You know, when it gets really cold too, that we had like a big barrel for a big bonfire. You can went through through a fire right there, and he had actually a little kitchen right there, right in front of himself right there. Because he lives right there next to the canal, and but he was loaded with a bunch of bikes. You know, loaded with a bunch of bikes, man, and so he called me up, man, telling me where he can store the stuff and if I can do it, give him you know, give him some help. But he needed to bring this little trailer so we can put it somewhere right here in the house and maybe keep it right here for till he settles up, settles down in a place. So for me it's okay. For me it's all right. I ain't got no problem with it. I'll help him out and give him. But grandma was the one that was and then come to find out that we're gonna have an inspector come around next month because they do this annually. the homeowners come over here, and since we're renting right here, it's not really our house, so they're gonna come over here and check it out and see how we're living. So yeah, so that's what's gonna happen. And so they're gonna have these people come over and check how we're living, what conditions we're living. So yeah, it's a big deal. And yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it is, man. And so we're gonna have all that stuff happen. Um, and so she told me, oh, thank you for reminding me, man. They're actually gonna have somebody come over here. They're gonna have the annual inspection. So we're not gonna be able to have this guy bring his stuff, man. I'm sorry. So I had to call him back and I told him, hey, dude, I got a little bit of bad news, man. You're not gonna be able to bring this stuff over here. And he was like, he wasn't too happy about it. He was quite, sad about it, I guess, or disappointed. You would have to say because he wanted to be, you know, he wanted to uh, he wanted to make the stuff happen, and he feels safe over here because say, man, if I put it anywhere else, man, or I leave it here, you best believe they're gonna be jacking all the good stuff that I have right here, man, and all my bikes are gonna be gone. So the ones that I'm concerned is because I got my kids. Uh, I guess he has like two daughters or something like that. He has the bikes and uh, of theirs, and then he fix. Everybody wants to fix a bike, they go and take it to him. So he had some other bikes that some other projects that he had, and so he wanted to bring all that stuff over here, and so he didn't get to do it. And I told him I convinced my mother saying that well it's gonna be from here on the 20 something, right? So maybe that gives us maybe about 2 3 weeks, right? And then he was talking about too about my truck that maybe we could fit some of these pack up the back of the cabin, the bed on the truck. We can probably pack it up with a bunch of stuff that he has and maybe put it in there so it won't look all bulky. And I told him, yeah, no, no, for sure, yeah. We can. At first, I told him, nah, I got a bunch of stuff, dude. I don't know if it's gonna happen, dude. We got a bunch of stuff in the back, dude. And so he was quite disappointed about that at first. And then I told him, nah, dude. I mean, it's no problem, dude. Uh, we can, make some room and try to see if we can get the stuff in here, dude. And but we could only give you like about 2 or 3 weeks or something like that. Try to see if we can settle down. But it wasn't working for him because he really doesn't know. For him, it's still a big question mark whether how long he's gonna be able to, you know, keep this stuff over here. And obviously he can't pay for no storage because it's quite expensive. And then he doesn't have a vehicle. He was depending actually on his son to he has a truck to bring the trailer with his truck down here, but then he said that his son wasn't available to bring the trailer to bring the stuff over here. So he was unable to bring the thing in. And then of all things, while I was out there, I ran into him. I was right there sitting down. Uh, I was taking a break because I was sitting down right there on the street, and this guy happens to pass by in his bike with a little thing that he was hauling with his bike. Hey, what's up, dude? And I had just spoken to him too on the phone, and we were talking about that. And so yeah, I shook his hand and all that stuff, man. We're talking about it. But yeah, they knocked this guy's whole entire property, like his old things that he had right there, dude. They knocked the whole thing out because the city came around and cleaned up the whole entire railroad tracks. And he doesn't live in the railroad tracks; he lives in the canal. But all that stuff, all the brushes and all that stuff, they wiped the whole thing out, like the city did. And like, why would they do that, man? Like, especially right now, the winter's right here, basically. It gets kind of cold out here with the marine layer coming in here, and it does get kind of chilly out here, where you have to make a small fire or something like that. And these guys, they knock it out around this time, man. Of all things, of all times. And so these guys had to sleep out there, in the cold and all that stuff, and it's kind of crazy, man. Like, so yeah, so these guys have to stay out there, so they make their own makeshift homes. So like I said, Emiliano, he rebuilt a little bit, and Omar kind of had just only a tarp over his head, and there was this Caucasian individual too, a woman right there too, man. She made a little makeshift house, and she was right there by herself, right there. She was a I don't know. I think maybe she's not mentally stable or something like that, but she was right there. Um, she was just like going in and out her little home. When I saw her yesterday, next to Omar's house, and so yeah, I don't know. It's the Yeah, but it's kind of crazy the way they knocked everything out, man. So this guy, I told him I'll give you a chance. It's not me, it's grandma. So you can bring your bikes, man. Bring them over, put them, see what we can put them in my truck. You know, some of the stuff and the rest of the stuff, we'll see what we can do. Maybe because he says I leave it out there, they're gonna jack me. They're gonna more, 9 times out of 10, they're just gonna steal my stuff, man. And I feel safe with bringing it to your house. So he feels safe bringing it over here because he trusts me. He knows I'm not gonna jack him. Like, he knows I'm not like that. So, steal from him. So, like, yeah, dude. But since they're gonna come over here and do the annual inspection to the house, that's the reason. And grandma, she's always picky as it is. So I like, no, it's Diego. Remember Diego? So, she's actually fed him before. She's seen him before, and so yeah, this guy, he even has a lady too, man. It was from the other time, man. That uh, I was talking right here the other time where he actually called me one day. He was like, "Dude, I need you to come right now, dude. I need you to come like right now, dude. It's like whatever you're doing, drop what you're doing right now, man, and come over to my house." He called me over the phone, and I'm thinking over here like, "Dude," I said, "Where are you right now?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm right here," and now I just happen to be right there in the railroad tracks with these fools. Oh, well, good, man, even better. And I had a bike, and so like, yeah, just come over, man, right now, dude. And I'm over here thinking, man, there's probably some fools over here trying to, probably banging on his door and probably in trouble with some guys. So I'm over here, trying to, you know, pick up maybe like a big old stick or something like that, maybe whatever I had, trying to get this big old whatever, so I can go over there and maybe they're probably banging on his door and they're trying to knock this fool out or something, probably in trouble like that. So I go over there, man. I was rushing my way over there as fast as I could. Well, it turned out that this fool was arguing with his lady. And so, man, I had to get in between both of them, and so it was just a big time argument what they had. So it was a big time argument that they had, man. It was crazy. I think I told you guys about this already. Yeah, some wild stuff, man. But yeah, he's a cool guy, man. I ain't got nothing against this poor guy. He's a cool cat. And some, like I said before, a lot of these guys are actually good people. Um, but they're out there for a reason, man. They just got karma, generational karma. I don't know. Maybe some of these guys are actually criminals or something like that, or some of these fools just simply maybe running from the law from over there from Mexico. Like one guy, was telling me something. I mean, I can't really share. All I can say is that you know, yeah, no, I shouldn't even say anything about him. I can't really share what he shared with me because you know, eh, yeah, this guy, man. Some of these guys, actually are criminals that either took somebody out over there or whatever, or they're running from the law from over there or whatever. Some of these fools could actually be, real killers. They probably killed somebody or took somebody out over there, and they're over here. They crossed the border and they're over here. And some of these guys are just people that just trying to look for a better life. They're trying to look for a better life over here on this side, because over there in Mexico, a lot of times, in their little towns or whatever, they ain't got nothing, man, going on. It's just zero, like zero, zilch. You have to go to the city, and then when you go to the cities, the city's already overpopulated. And who's over there would jack you too? They'll rob you blind, or they'll just simply jack you for whatever you have. And it's crazy, man. Some of these fools don't want to go through that, and they say it's not even worth it. A lot of times you work so dang hard only so they can just jack you, you know. And so a lot of these guys have actually gotten robbed or jacked, and so it's not worth it for them sometimes, for the amount of money they're making, you know. So they decide to gamble and bring themselves over here because they know that obviously 1 peso means nothing over here, and $1 it's a gang of pesos over there. I don't know how much the peso is right now, maybe like 20 something. Last time I checked was like around 20 some odd pesos for $1. And I think $1 a long way over there. It's 20 pesos. So that's why some of these guys only make like about they only make like about $50 a week. $50 a week, or even 100 at the most. 150. I don't know how much it is now, but that's what they make. And they don't make that much money. But yeah, man. But yeah, this whole week, man, it's just been me going with the boys and hanging around with the boys. Um, I already told you guys the other part what had happened, but this whole week it's just been me with the boys and staying out of trouble. Obviously, um, like I said, I only had a couple adult drinks yesterday. I you know I stopped drinking as soon as you know I was laying back with the kids already. Man, I just had something to eat and then just knocked out afterwards. But it wasn't a crazy thing at all. Where I continued drinking and stuff like that, like some other times. Because that's how I am sometimes. As soon as it's like an engine, dude. As soon as you start drinking, man, it's like you won't stop. You just want some more and more, and sometimes that has happened to me a lot of times, where I just continue drinking because I've tend to have a high tolerance, but I don't have that tolerance anymore like before, because since I don't drink so much anymore like before, I had a beer gut, man, back in the days, and now it's like completely gone. I don't have anything. I don't have anything like that anymore, So I can't drink like I used to, man. I'll get blasted right away. And especially with the freaking medications that yeah, man. But ever since I started taking that dang Lexapro they were giving me, man, and that Kepra that they were giving me, or man, that's when I started having the problems with the seizures. That's when it's like it really kicked in, man. I started having these seizure problems, man, and yeah, so that's been like it's been, and then I found out that with the concussion that I had and all that stuff, me knocking my teeth out this year, the dentist was telling me that because I saw the dentist on Friday, and he told me that that kind of trauma takes about 6 to 8 months for the body to get rid of it. So it's like I'm still kind of traumatized. And I'm still kind of, no wonder I've been feeling sort of a certain way, and I've been having seizures left and right. Uh, like I had a, like I had a seizure the other day too, man. Well, actually, not too long after that had happened, I had a seizure when these fools jacked my backpack and they took my dang bike. Imagine, instead of helping me out, these fools, the fool decided to take my freaking backpack, dude. Took my pistol and took my dang bike that I had just bought, my mongoose. Instead of helping me out, that's what they got. They took that. They took it, man. They were long gone after that. I don't even know how I got home. But when I got home, the paramedics were right there waiting for me. And so yeah, man. So I've been walking around like a freaking zombie, I guess, or a chicken like without a head. That's why I've been running around. Uh, I guess I'm still. I guess the body's still somewhat traumatized or something like that, or the traumatic. I don't know. No wonder I've been feeling a certain way, and then I guess when I drink too dang much, and that's why I had the freaking seizure over there. I think that's why they jacked me over there too, from my fanny pack or my bag, whatever. And that's why when I woke up, man, I realized I was on the ground and nobody was there. Everybody was gone. But I don't think it happened in front of everybody. I think I was just right there, what I remember is that I was sitting down right there, and I kind of took a nap right there on the chair, and there were still people around me. But then this time, um, I was on the ground with no chair or nothing. I was just like on the dirt right there, like just completely knocked out. And you know what, man? That kind of stuff, man. I shouldn't even put myself in those kind of positions, man. It's all completely my fault, man. I take full responsibility, like I said, man. I'm being a freaking idiot, and going doing things I shouldn't be doing, And yeah, man. Oh yeah, hi Stoic. Yeah, man. This epilepsy things, man. It's like it's no joke, man. I've been having several of those things, man, happen to me, man. And yeah, I've been stressed out, man. I have been this whole year. It's been like a very stressful. Um, I've been I think I've been battling with myself a lot too, man. I've been yeah, Stoic. I've been fighting with myself too much, man. It's just been one of those things that yeah, man. Just I can't call it. I just it's been very difficult where I have to deal with certain things within myself, and the fact that I want to provide for the family, as much as I can and stuff like that, and people are urging me to go ahead and get into the Social Security because I'm obviously not only am I you know with that, but I'm also physically injured from the workers' compensations that I had. I had already had two of them regarding my spinal cord, getting my stuff messed up. How does my phone always get smashed up? Yeah, nah. This other time, it got snatched. They took it from. It was in that bag. But thank goodness, Pablo somehow got a hold of it and sent Sugar to bring it to me a few days later. So she brought it over here to my house, and I gave her a big old hug for that, man. And that's how you know who's loyal to you and who's not, man. And she has a good heart too, man. She's a good woman too, man. She's very cool. I don't have anything bad to say about her, you know. And she knows that I've helped her out too a lot of times too. So she knows a lot of these guys know what kind of individual I am, man. I try to help everybody out, man. I try to be cool with everybody else, man, and I try to help them out whatever I can do for them, I will do it. And that's just not just them, man. It's everybody else, I guess. I don't like to brag about it. Those are things I keep to myself. But yeah, so a lot of other times too, man. Oh, that's why they take advantage of me. But now other times it's just been like simple accidents, man. That I've had my phones getting messed up. They'll get either cracked or and then you can't touch the screen anymore or whatever. Like the last phones that I had, they kind of simply had that problem where they were like not working so well anymore, and so that's why I was without a phone for for about close to I was like 6 8 weeks or something like that. But yeah, it was kind of crazy, man. And yeah, what could you do, man? Things like I said, this whole year was pretty wacky for me, man. Just had a bunch of people will call it luck, bad luck, and yeah, I had to fight a lot, man. This whole year, a lot of bad things happened to me, including getting my teeth knocked out. Oh man, that was the worst right there. And so the the dentist said my body's still going through the trauma still because it takes about 6 to 8 months to the body the body and the brain to recover from such a thing, because I did have a big time concussion, man, big time. I guess that's why it explains too why I was sleepwalking a couple times, you know, doing a bunch of crazy stuff, especially after having a couple of adult drinks, overdoing it. I guess that's what explains too my behavior, my odd behavior that I really don't act like that. It's never happened to me actually. And then when in combination with the other other medication that I was taking that I quit taking, man, I just quit. I just quit, man. I just quit doing all that stuff. And you say what? Oh man, what? Oh my lord, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. That was pretty young too, man. 32 years old. Oh my gosh, man. Always break his pH. What does pH mean? I'm sorry to ask, or sorry for my ignorance. I would say, um, pH. Hmm. So you'll break that? Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. So me unable to work, man. It's just been another thing too, man. Um, I think I've been wanting to. Oh, okay. I see. The epilepsy. Oh, he'll break his spine. Okay. I'm sorry. All right, I hear you. Wow. Yeah, maybe I guess I wouldn't realize too. I think something like that happened to me too, man. I think that's how I smashed a couple of mine. Uh, maybe falling on top of it or something like that. While having it in my pocket. And I remember one time we were having a live a live podcast with Johnny and Johnny Cash Brown and Carlos from Slap City TV. And I kind of went off a little bit, man, and it looks like I had a seizure because my daughter told me that I had a freaking seizure when I was on it, and I didn't realize it because I woke up and I wasn't on it anymore, and it looks like I had gone what you call it a couple of messages and saying what had happened to me or something like that, and my daughter happens to be there that day, and she responded back telling him that what had happened, so she responded to him, and so yeah, and then I had to excuse myself after that. I did call him back, and I had to excuse myself and call back Johnny too, man. They, obviously they understood that. But yeah, man, me being alone, yeah, it shouldn't be like that, man. I was taking that Kepro they were giving me, man, but I think it was doing more damage than anything else because they're saying it was anti seizure medication, but I will still have them, you know. When I stopped taking them, man, I started having even more. So yeah, I think I don't recall what I did with it. Maybe it's still up there. Um, you really can't see me having it. It just looks like I think I was making some noises, you know, because I just dropped the phone where I was. I was up in a bunk bed while I was right there talking to them, and all of a sudden I started feeling like really woozy, and started feeling a little sick to my stomach a little bit, and I think the phone just dropped out of my hand during that time, and and then I fell back, and I think that's what had happened. But I was right there in the bunk bed when that happened, and yeah, man, just things like that happen, man. I guess, yeah, unfortunately. But yeah, I think I've been over an hour and something already. Um, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off already, man. But yeah, it's stoic. Whenever you want to go ahead and talk to me, man, or whenever you want to have a good chat, maybe we can speak. Uh, I don't know if my phone's able to do it all the way where you are, or your phone or whatever. But if you know what my diazepam, go ahead and post my. I think I heard about that. I'm gonna go ahead and post my email account. Maybe you can go ahead and follow me there too. I guess. Okay. That's my actual email address right there. My primary. I should say, because I have about uh, with this one is three. Some of them are for stuff that I do with a business or whatever, stuff that I'm trying to sell, whatever. I use it for business things, And the other one is for the kids, like a thing for general. But I kind of tend to use it for that. Damn, I can't find the thing right here. Get out of the car. I need to fix my dang cars, man. Right now, I just haven't had the money to really do it. But it's not very much what I got to do to these dang cars, like I said before, man. And then I broke my wrist, so my wrist is still broken. That's why I really haven't even worked on these dang cars because I would have already done it. But I'm gonna try to do something tomorrow. I'm gonna tape up my hand really good, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to see if I could at least fix my red car so I can have a car. And but yeah, the truck, I definitely need somebody to come over here and help me out because it's not a big job, but it's something that I have to take out the disc, the brakes and the disc out of the truck. I think I have showed a couple videos out of it, and I just need to take these the studs out of that dang disc and put some new ones. And so yeah, that's the only thing I got to do to it. Nah, they told me that it was actually fractured, pretty broken, like somewhere inside. That's what they told me. Because they took some X-rays on it. Pues sí, que tantas cosas le están saliendo, ma. No, pero eso es suyo. I'm sorry. This is my mom. Take myself out of here. I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to erase these accounts that looks like I was using. It's because I was using grandma's phone, and I was using grandma's phone, and I put my email account over there too, and but yeah. So they told me it's actually broken, like in a little small spot, like in a very particular place, like in a peculiar place, you know, uh, very uncommon because it was a kind of yeah, it was kind of very crazy, very odd. I mean, the whole thing was already as it was already a freak accident as it was, 100%. So that alone right there was the whole deal. It wasn't really supposed to happen, man, but it happened, you know. I guess that's the way God wanted it to happen. So um, things happen, and I have to accept it, and I actually accept it. So there we go. But so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this already. Already been an hour and 18 minutes already in. But yeah, it's good chatting with you. And everybody else is gonna hear this in the future, whatever. Um, but yeah, Stoic. Anytime you want to go ahead and get in contact with us, that's my email address again. It's GomezSteve1981 at gmail.com. And yeah, yeah, they told me that instead of opening me up and doing all kinds of different things, they said that it should heal on its own, just as long as I keep it immobilized, and the bones would actually grow back up, and because it's like right where right where the joint stays with the tendon that I have right here in the wrist that we have. It's right there. It's really what happened. So yeah, that's where it happened, and it's kind of crazy. But yeah, God willing, everything should be fine pretty soon. But yeah, thank you for stopping by, Stoic man. I really appreciate that, man. And I know that I'm barely getting this whole thing started too, man. And I wish I can get some more people to follow us. You know, obviously when I had Johnny with us, I know I hope he's all right too, man. I wish he's all right. I would say I don't like to use that word hope for obvious reasons. But yeah, man, he's been not doing so well either, and I just wish him nothing but the best, man. And if you're listening to this, Johnny, or whenever you get a chance or something, go ahead and give me a shout out, dude. Go ahead and email me so we can get in contact and go ahead and speak to each other, brother. But so yeah, so we'll go ahead and speak some other time, and God bless anyone and everyone. You know, thank you guys for go ahead and follow us, man. Yeah, my grandma is actually we call her grandma because she's actually my mother. But we say grandma because kind of get used to it when you're out here, and they call her grandma all day, and so so yeah, kind of, yeah, all the way from New Zealand. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna tell her that, and let her know, and yeah, my boys too. I'll let them know too. They're right here. I went inside the house already. So yeah, look, I'm right here. Hey, look, my boys right here. Look, they're right here playing with the new Play-Doh they just got. This guy ain't got no shirt.
Oh, look, Daddy. Look at this character I made.
Oh, look what he made.
I made a character from Amazing Digital Circle.
Whatever the heck that is.
It's a cartoon. Google it.
Oh, is that right?
There she's
Oh
there.
man, I just took off my
I don't want
took
to
off my
play
sweater.
on.
That's my boy right there. So yeah, all right. God bless you guys and Godspeed. Talk to you guys some other time, man. Puro Chicano U-turn. Ahí nos vemos. Bam.